My passion lies in shooting fashion and beauty. How I got into fashion and beauty was my older sister is a fashion designer. So when we were younger, she had this stack of Vogue magazines that was from like the floor to the ceiling. She just loved Vogue. And about the same time, I picked up photography. And so Vogue was my only reference point for what I thought great images were. I wanted to make pictures like the ones I saw in Vogue. And so the more I shot, the more I focused on people. And then I realized, actually, maybe I don't quite really love showing legs. Maybe I like showing faces only. And so the more I shot, the more I realized I want to get closer and closer and closer to people's faces. And that's kind of how I ended up in fashion and beauty. I think every artist's vision has to do with the environment, but another big part of it is also who they are. I always had all this art inside of me, is what I like to say, and it was dying to come out. And I think once I found my voice in photography, it was all rushing out at once, and it was, push the boundaries, go as far as you can, as quickly as possible in your art. I do believe pictures are a very powerful communication tool. So I want people to look at an image once and just be like, wow, rather than having to look at it several times to understand its meaning. At some point in my journey as a photographer, I realized, why am I telling the stories of other people? Why can't I start telling the story of my people and what I think is beautiful? We look at all these foreign magazines to tell us what beauty looks like. There's so many things that would have to change to attain their standard of beauty. And I realized I need to start celebrating the beauty of my people. And so more and more my work has shifted towards only shooting dark-skinned models and just celebrating the beauty of the African woman. And I realized that, we need to push this message to our girls and to our people, because we can influence our diet of media and of the world standards of what beauty is. But to influence it, I need to start creating the content. I think the current Afrocentric, if I can call it that, movement it's amazing, because it means we're beginning to question what we were always told is beauty or is normal or is good. I think it began as a trend, but I think that's where creatives come in. And if we adopt this Afrocentric kind of worldview as our own, art really does influence culture. Art can push culture to do things it normally wouldn't. If we're all continually pushing this message, I think we're slowly helping it move from a trend to something that will last and a reality. I would love to become known as the woman who photographs dark-skinned people best. One of the things that really surprises me when people look at my work is I've realized everybody sees what they want to see. Everybody translates your pictures into their own struggles and their own journey. If my images allow them to process what they're struggling with by themselves, then I'm happy. As long as they're processing and they're thinking, I'm happy. One of my favorite projects was the series I did called Camel, where I blended a model with a background. And for me, it hit all the spots of what makes Thandiwe Thandiwe. It had a dark-skinned model, it had bright colors, and it had patterns. And the Camel series was just it was well received, which is always encouraging for an artist. When I was starting out, I wish somebody would have told me, be patient. It's going to take a long time. You're going to have to fight for your place in the art world. But there's an element of art that's business. And so that's what makes it hard for creatives. And so be patient. It's going to take time, but you can do it.